sets of requirement. Energy, how much energy levels should I include? For instance, if I'm including the minimum, how much should I include so that I get that amount of energy I need to give it to that fish? And then how much also cassava as a meal. And by the way, cassava acts as a binder, okay? As a binder. You know, when you're cooking in Shima with cassava, it gets like a dove, like fritters, that kind of. Yeah. Okay, so nutrient requirement, understand that you do a study about the nutrient requirement for the particular fish that you are keeping, okay? Now, the second one is, I would say the local availability. Availability, something like that. Okay. So what that point means is that local availability means that are these nutrients, the ingredients, are they available locally within your area? Let's say if you're in Rwanda, can you source out all these the groundnuts, the sensei, the cassava, and the minimum at once just within your area? So availability of the ingredients within your area should be available. So you don't just start to formulate that, and then at the end of the day you find that no one is selling groundnuts. If that was chosen as a protein source, then you will be stuck. And as a fish farm, maybe you are trying to produce feed to supply to other company, then your business will die out. Okay, so that's the meaning of local availability. Okay. Then we also have the feeding habit. This factor is very cardinal. When you look at the fish that I've mentioned, Bulga, Tilapia, Carp, they respond differently when they are feeding. Let's assume that you have made the feed, and then now you are broadcasting, or you are giving them the feed. You'll find that maybe the booger fish, they are down dwellers at the bottom, and that's the reason why we don't find booger in the rivers but in the lakes, because their concept is depth, so they like at the bottom, the deepest bottom. So when they go down so much down, the temperature is so low, so they are able to survive as compared to the tilapia. Okay, so feeding habitat, so ensure that the feed that you are making, when you throw it in the water, is it going to sink down or it will float? Because you are looking at tilapia is a fish that is moving on the surface of the water. So we normally subject them to floating feed. So even in my diet formulation, the process should tell me, okay, whether I should formulate the one floating or the one sinking. And that is an attribute to the type of the fish we are cultivating. Okay, so feeding habits. Then the last one, if that is the last one, we also have expected feed consumption. Feed consumption. Okay, so expected feed consumption means that this is what we call when you subject the feed to the fish. Are they going to consume within 5 minutes, or do they take so much time? Or if you say you are experimenting a 50 kg bag, in what time can the fish finish? So that will also tell you to say, okay, per day I must give them so much, or per week they